Department of Public Works and Transportation Safety Office presents this backing safety video to alert city drivers to the potential hazards of backing vehicles, to provide a recommended procedure for backing safely, and to demonstrate basic communication techniques between drivers and ground guides. The guidelines presented in this video are consistent with the accepted practices of the National Safety Council and the Texas Department of Public Safety Commercial Vehicle Driver's Handbook. This information is provided to city drivers to apply while driving on the job. Joyce Lagunas is a senior safety specialist with the Human Resources Department Risk Management Division Safety Office. She is also the Fleet Safety Coordinator for the City of Austin. Some of her responsibilities include coordinating and facilitating the citywide Vehicle Collision Review Board, serving as a member of the Austin Police Department's Collision Review Board, and coordinating the citywide Vehicle Safety Rodeo. She also receives and compiles all vehicle collision reports for the city. This collision data is entered into her computer and enables her to extract statistical information used in departmental safety performance reports. These reports help city departments identify areas of concern, such as high backing collision frequency rates.
When I take a look into the past at our previous vehicle collision statistics, I noticed that the City of Austin's vehicle backing collision rates indicate that backing collisions are a major concern. Now, considering all city departments during the first half of this fiscal year alone, an alarming 48 out of 172 preventable collisions, or rather 25% of all those preventable collisions, were caused by unsafe backing practices. So you say, why is backing safety awareness necessary? It is because these types of collisions are preventable.
Juan, my name is Captain Jerry Allen, and I've been an Austin police officer for 31 years. 6 of these years I spent as a collision investigator while in the patrol division. Now, as chairman of the Austin Police Department's Collision Review Board and a member of the citywide Collision Review Board, I've had the opportunity to investigate and review many collisions involving city vehicles. Keep in mind that these collisions tend to add up and can cost taxpayers a lot of money. They also result in property damage to our equipment, loss of city services, and occasionally city employees even lose time.
So tell me, Captain Allen, has anybody ever got injured in a backing accident?
Yes, Juan. Recently, a fatality occurred at a local company when a driver failed to clear the area behind the vehicle just prior to backing up to a loading dock. What the driver failed to notice was that a temporary employee was working between the vehicle and the loading dock. Consequently, the employee was crushed between the vehicle and the loading dock when the driver backed up. To look forward to the future, these types of collisions can be avoided. Just remember these helpful tips. Avoid backing whenever possible. Many times you can plan your route to avoid having to back your vehicle. If you miss an exit or turnoff, don't back up. It usually only takes a couple of minutes to turn around or to go around the block. Even if you are alone and must back up, consider these tips to avoid a collision. Get out and look all around the vehicle. Get a clear picture of the entire surrounding area. Remember, backing a car is much easier than backing a large vehicle. Look at the difference in the blind spots located directly behind these two vehicles. The larger vehicle has a much larger blind spot, and this doesn't allow for good visibility to the rear of the vehicle. That's why it's important to first get out and to walk around your vehicle while looking. And what is a professional driver looking for when he or she checks the surrounding area? Look behind the vehicle at the surface to be traveled on. Ask yourself if there are any unusual depressions, holes, trash, or equipment in the way. Also, check for pedestrian traffic, loading dock personnel, or ground guides in the area. Ask yourself if there are any other foreign or fixed objects nearby that might present a hazard, such as signs, poles, lights, or buildings. Consider all clearances, not just the distance to back. Ask yourself how wide of an area is available to maneuver. And watch for overhead clearance, especially at loading docks with overhanging roofs or wires. Always use additional help if it is available. Use a ground guide that is reliable and one that you are confident can assist you in backing. Before you back, establish what means of communication you and your ground guide will use.
First of all, when you want me to come back,
Both should decide what signals to use and
when
what
I
they
get
mean.
closer, do like this. And then when I get there, I want you to hold your hand together.
Okay, here, let me see if I got it, okay? When you're coming on back, it's straight back like this,
Yeah.
and starting to slow down,
Slow down
and then stop.
and
And
stop.
that's definitely stop.
That's stop.
Okay.
It is recommended that these hand signals be exaggerated for increased emphasis and clarity for the driver. Use open hand gestures to initially signal to the driver and to begin the backing operation. As the rear of the vehicle begins to approach its final destination, a second signal should be given to indicate for the driver to slow down and to provide a representation of how far he or she has to go. Finally, a signal should be given for a complete stop. Another consideration is the position of the ground guide. Remember to always keep your ground guide within your view by using your mirrors and by physically turning your head around to get an accurate idea of the ground guide's position with respect to the back of your vehicle. Also, remember not to rely entirely on your mirrors because objects may appear to be distorted. Actually, objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. If a back and turn is anticipated, more than one ground guide may be needed. Notice as the vehicle turns and backs, regardless of how the rear ground guide is positioned, eventually he or she may be left out of sight. Here, a second ground guide is necessary to further assist the first ground guide and the driver. Rely on your ground guide, but always remember that the ultimate responsibility for the driver's actions belong to the driver. Next, if possible, back using the driver's side. The less distance you have to back, the better. Most often, backing using the driver's side takes best advantage of this fact. When you get out and check the surrounding area, walk off the area to be covered and convince yourself that backing from the driver's side is the shortest distance. Be sure to always begin your backing operation as soon as you are finished assessing the area. The conditions in the surrounding area can change, and that's why backing using the driver's side is important. It allows the driver to constantly view the area for any changes in conditions. If you have determined that the area is cleared and it is safe to back, place your vehicle so that you are not backing into traffic. If you must back into an alley or driveway, always remember to try and back using the driver's side, and back slowly. Remember to always back slowly. Backing slowly gives the driver the best chance to react to any unforeseen changes that might occur. It also allows for the maximum control of your vehicle. With a slow rate of speed, not only can you react quicker, but you are able to judge distance with greater accuracy. And finally, if you back too quickly, anything you hit will be more severely damaged. It's also a good idea to use a back alarm or horn to communicate to anyone who may be in the area that a backing operation is underway. Finally, it is important to check both sides of the vehicle as you back up. Properly judging your distance during your initial walk around should allow you to position your vehicle to use the driver's side fairly easily. That does not eliminate the need for you to continually check those clearances throughout the entire backing operation. So, there is no excuse for not checking your mirror as you back. Also, remember the blind spot. A pedestrian may appear unexpectedly, or another vehicle may approach. So, if you are alone and backing into a loading dock, loading zone, or parking space, it's a good idea to stop about 3/4 of the way back, set your parking brake, and get out to check the area for the remaining distance. This is to ensure the situation has not changed since your initial walk around. Avoid backing whenever possible. Get out and look all around the vehicle. Always use additional help if it is available. Next, if possible, back using the driver's side. Remember to always back slowly. Finally, it is important to check both sides of the vehicle as you back up.
Although this video focuses on backing larger vehicles, these backing safety tips can be applied to all vehicles, including your personal vehicle. Regardless of the type of vehicle you're driving, there are specific precautions you can take to avoid a backing collision. As a professional driver, you know to avoid backing whenever possible, to plan your route ahead of time, to never back unless you know what is around your vehicle, and if there's help available, use it. It could save a costly mistake.